Hi folks, I'm Will Stewart, the founder of Tech Sideline, and I want to tell you about an exciting expansion project that we've got going on. I'm standing on the set of the Tech Sideline podcast, which is in our office in the Virginia Tech Corporate Research Center. This is the part of our operation that you've seen. We live stream the podcast, we archive the video to YouTube. Everybody loves the podcast set, right? It's really cool. Well, let me show you something that's not cool. Let me show you the rest of the TSL office. So we moved over, I'll let you look around a little bit first while I talk. We moved over to the Corporate Research Center from our old office in Radford in the summer of 2018. And in the summer of 2019, we decided to build a podcast set. We'd been streaming, we had a little conference table over there we used to record the podcast on, and we had been streaming out a video of us sitting at that table. And then we decided to do something really cool and build a set. And we had to put that set inside our existing office. And what that did was it made this office very cramped. So we need more space. But it really goes beyond that. We also need to upgrade a lot of our equipment and a lot of our furniture. So I thought you'd get, in addition to showing how the podcast set kind of eats up the office, all the space in the office, I thought I'd walk you through some of the working conditions here, some of the furniture, some of the computers, and just give you an idea of why we're undertaking this project. So let's start with the podcast production desk first. This is the equipment, the only equipment we have here at Tech Sideline that you could actually call high tech. We call it the high tech studios in the Corporate Research Center all the time, and this is why. We've got a water-cooled CPU down there. We've got a RAID array of drives. It's great. I think the computer alone was over $2,000, and so this is kind of the command center for the podcast, and that is some modern, pretty impressive equipment. The desk it's on is not. We probably paid about $75 for that desk at Walmart at some point in time, and that desk is actually from Malcolm's bedroom in my house. When he left and went to Tech, we took the desk out of his bedroom and bought it down here for the podcast set, for the podcast production. But it gets worse. So come on over here and let's take a look at Chris Coleman's workspace. So when we first moved into this office, Chris had a larger desk. Right here, there used to be a separate work area for him, an additional work area for him. So it was an L-shaped desk, a corner desk. And of course, when we built the podcast set, you can see that it came right over into Chris's area. And you can tell that it's very cramped for him here. You know, he's Chris, he doesn't complain about anything, but these are not good working conditions. Take a look at his keyboard. This is a guy who types thousands of words a week, and that is not a nice keyboard. So he needs new equipment, and also the computer over there. So Chris's computer that he works off of is an Alienware computer that my middle son purchased when he was about 15 years old for gaming. He bought it for gaming, and he used it for probably a couple of years, and then the business bought it off of him, and we put it down here, and it's now Chris's computer. It was not specifically purchased new by Tech Sideline for Tech Sideline work. And that desk, all the furniture looking at here, or the rest of it after that first desk I showed you, this furniture dates back to the early 2000s, and it's cheap pressboard, Walmart type furniture. That's where we got it. And this stuff, we put it in our Radford office in 2004, used it there for a long time, and then brought it over here. So in addition to new computer equipment, Chris needs a better space to work, and he needs new furniture. So here's the star of this horror show, and that's my desk in my area over here. The story behind my desk is the same as it is behind Chris's desk. It came from a Radford office. It was purchased probably in 2004. And my computer, I think, which sits down here on the floor, my computer was bought in probably 2010 or 2011, so it's a decade old, or approaching that pretty quickly. I've got a webcam mounted on this computer, and I literally can't record video with it because the computer can't handle recording video from the webcam. It just can't keep up, and it freezes up. So I need some new equipment too, and take a look at this wonderful desk chair, which has clearly seen its better days. Now, one of the things we like the most out of in this office here in the CRC is I love the view out of the window. It's a beautiful view, but you can see It's got a bunch of junk in front of it. This is just your standard printer stand, and over the years, well, we've only been here 2 years, so since we moved here, stuff has kind of piled up on it. And these bookshelves right here were originally intended to display some of our cool Virginia Tech and Tech Sideline and ACC memorabilia and stuff like that. But they're not nice bookshelves. They're like the $30 bookshelves you get from Walmart. And you can see that they become kind of a storage area and a dumping ground also. So if you haven't figured out by now that we need more space and we need new, better equipment, I don't know what else I can tell you to convince you. So we decided to expand. And let me take you next door and show you what we're going to do. So for the first couple of years that we were here, this office, which is right next door, and it's probably about half the size of our existing office, this office was utilized by a man named Brett Malone. Brett had a company, AC&E, I think is the name of it. And Brett recently became president of the Virginia Tech Corporate Research Center. So Brett has moved out, and we finally have the ability to expand into this space. So come on in, and you can see it's a really nice space. Nice, huge windows like what we have in the old office. So here's the plan. The plan is that Chris and I are going to get new furniture, new computers, new equipment, and he and I are going to move what I call the operations part of our business over into this office. So my desk will be there and Chris's desk will be there. We'll have some storage and display here. It's going to be all new furniture, really nice. And we're going to have a better display for our memorabilia, and all the junk is actually going to go behind doors now. So we're really excited about that. As you can imagine, that's going to add a few $1,000s a year in rent to what we do. The furniture is going to be $3,000 or $4,000. We're going to buy chairs. We're going to have to buy new PCs, of course. So you can see there's a lot of expense, both initial and ongoing, associated with this move over here. And once we're done with that, what we're going to do is that space over there where the podcast set is, we're going to also buy new furniture and equipment for it, and it's going to become strictly audio video production. So half of the room is eaten up by the podcast set right now, and that'll stay that way. We're going to buy a new podcast production desk. We don't know exactly what we're going to do. I just know that we want to build in additional capabilities for the students in Bill Ross Sports Media and Analytics program. You know, in case you haven't heard, we're endowing a scholarship in that program. We're about halfway through paying for that. We want to give Bill's students an opportunity to have a larger workspace that they can come into. They can use the podcast set if they want to. We want to provide some equipment, like if they want to record podcasts or come in and do video production. We just want to kind of beef that room up and have it be strictly audio video production. So that's the plan, and we're really excited about that. I think that office looks terrible. I think this office is going to be more of a showcase and a great place to work. So we're really excited about all that. And the reason I tell you guys all this is I'm asking you, keep those subscriptions going, support Tech Sideline however you can, and we're just going to keep striving to do everything we can do to make things better and provide better coverage for you. So thanks for watching, and just want to let you know that was going on. I appreciate you watching.